Because my background is in fashion. I am a student of NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology, Bangalore. And then I did my master's again in luxury brand management. I've always wanted to get into. I've always wanted to start my own clothing brand, but I never thought it was going to be something to do with sustainability. But that's the whole point. I mean, since my childhood, I've been into textiles because my dad's an exporter. A textile exporter. So, since my childhood, I've only seen garments, clothing, apparel, textiles, and all of that. So that's. I'm basically from the southern part of Tamil Nadu, and near my city there is abundance of banana trees. Abundance. I mean, it's been a journey for me about 1.5 years now, and we are able to make garments from banana, and I think this is the future.
Hi friends, as you know, fashion is a significant part of our daily lives. However, the fashion industry is incredibly harmful to the planet. As most clothes are made out of synthetic fabrics like polyester and nylon, it is the source of carbon emission and microplastics. Even materials like conventional cotton requires high level of water usage and energy consumption. Fortunately, consumers like you have become more eco-conscious and are seeking fabrics that minimize your environmental impact. One such fabric is made from the banana plant. Yes, the same plant or tree from which we get these delicious fruits. To speak more about it, we have Gautam Loganathan, the founder of Kaelir, a company that makes garments from banana fabrics. So, hi Gautam, welcome to Change Started, to our series Change Trails. I would like you to tell us how did you start your journey and what were you doing before you started Kaelir?
So I was working. Immediately I went for masters in Italy. I was working there for about a year and a half, and then I came back to India during COVID, and I was working for a company in Bangalore. It's a skincare brand, and I was working there for about 8-9 months, and I thought it's high time that I start my own, and that's how I got into Kaelir. Yes.
So, what was the trigger point which said that you want to start something and you want to start something in sustainability and environment related stuff? What was that trigger?
Because of I travel a lot, yeah, so I see the kind of dump that's increasing day by day, and I myself wanted to be. I think the change has to start from the person itself, even an individual, So I think I felt really, I wouldn't say conscious, but I felt kind of guilt that shopping, buying, and what exactly is going on with, because I'm from an export family, and I'm from Tripur. I see a lot of exports being done in the name of cotton. So I started reading and getting into how does the whole thing work and all of that, and I found out that there are a lot of gaps in the market. So maybe I think I thought I should try and change certain things here in this.
So, what made you choose the fashion industry? I mean,
That's
did
because
you see any problems in the fashion industry, how things were not going right? So, what was that trigger and why you felt that you want to get into the fashion?
because my background is in fashion. I am a student of NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology, Bangalore, and then I did my master's again in luxury brand management. I've always wanted to start my own clothing brand, but I never thought it was going to be something to do with sustainability. But that's the whole point. Since my childhood, I've been into textiles because my dad's an exporter, a textile exporter. So since my childhood, I've only seen garments, clothing, apparel, textiles, and all of that. So that's how it is.
So your father is into apparel business, right? So did
That's
you saw that there were some problems with your dad business? There were things which were not happening
no,
how it
that's
was supposed to be.
problem with the business because business models work according to how the world works, right? That has nothing to do with the problem. The problem statement for me was uh, we are exporting tons and tons of garments, right, from through. And what are we contributing to the environment that we are exporting? Where is all this going? The consumer, what is it after the consumer? What is the part of the where is the journey of the garment that we're making? So I wanted to understand that, and that's how I got into exploring something to do with sustainability.
So what did you spot? Can you elaborate on the problems which a fashion industry faces in
Okay,
terms of environment?
people like the real reason should be people like Greta Thunberg talking about climate change and climate activism and all of that. I think that all led to several. It's like a Pareto chart. What is the problem and solution? Where is it all coming from? Like the whole fishbone,
Yeah.
type. And that's when I started identifying what are the main reasons for the climate change. What are the main reasons for the kind of quality of water and the air that we are here, breathing or drinking, and it all has to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And for me, my strength is being in textiles, and my background is in textiles. So why not from here? Is what is my statement.
So when you were exploring option or when you were researching about it, so you would have seen that there are many options which are available in the fashion industry. Even in terms of sustainability, there are sustainable fabrics which are available.
Right.
Bamboo, hemp immediately comes to our mind. Even organic cotton is something which people say that it is much more environment friendly than the traditional cotton. So what was your trigger and what made you choose something which is different from all these?
That I'll tell you. So it's an interesting story because the belt that I live in, right? So I am basically from the southern part of Tamil Nadu, and near my city there is abundance of banana trees. Abundance. I mean, it's huge. Hectare acres of bananas. And the story of banana, right? Do you know the story of banana?
Yeah, I do, but yeah, I mean, you should tell it to people out there.
The story of banana is a very, very fragile tree, plant, whatever. How can you say it? When it cannot withstand huge winds or heavy rains and stuff like that. And for a banana tree to grow, it needs absolutely no care. It can grow anywhere. That's why you see banana trees even in the gullies where there is very less water. It randomly grows if there is a root. The problem with banana tree is the it takes one year to 1.5 years, depend on the breed. 1 year to 1.5 years for the fruit. Once the fruit, you take the fruit, you have to dismantle the tree, as in you have to cut the tree and put it down in the ground. It decomposes on its own because it's bio waste, right?
Yeah.
It takes at least 30 to 60 days, depending on the soil, the fertile land, or whatever, for the entire stem and the inside part to decompose. I wouldn't say decompose, or at least be a part of the ground. So what people do in my belt is we drink the stem, we make it juice, and we drink the stem. We eat the fruit, we eat the raw fruit, we eat the flower, we take the leaf for food as a plate.
Yeah.
South India.
Yeah.
So the only leftovers are the pseudostems, the stem that covers the inner stem. Those are cut into pieces, laid on the ground. Those are left for decomposing. That is where I found the gap of you can extract fibers from the pseudostems. Is what I had identified as a part of my initial startup journey.
Okay.
So what I did was I found the right group of artisans who can help me extract the fibers or filaments from the pulp or the pseudostem, let's say, from the raw material. We tried and converted that to more like a cotton fluff kind of fiber. From there, it's very similar. You blend it with either you can blend with cotton or you can blend with a lot of other bamboo or a lot of other raw materials, and you can spin them, make them into yarn, just like how a cotton yarn. That is a whole different process. That's a very it's a long process.
Yeah.
I'm making it short for you.
Yeah.
After the yarn, it's very simple. Just like how it is made into a garment, normal cotton T-shirt or a shirt.
Yeah.
The yarn is knitted and then it is made into fabric. From fabric, it is cut and made into garment. That's how it works. So when I could make a prototype of this product, I thought, this is it. This is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how Kaelir started for me. We are not just only into banana. We also do bamboo, rose, lotus, aloe vera. Not the conventional aloe vera. We do the sisal aloe vera.
Right. Right.
That's kind of aloe vera, right? But we predominantly do handle banana and bamboo. Bamboo, there is abundance of bamboo fibers available. Banana is very less. It's very expensive because when I initially, started to develop the samples or develop the garments for the cake, I had to buy banana fabric from Indonesia because in India that process was very very expensive. The R&D was very very expensive for me.
Okay.
For example, let's say I don't know if I can say the name of the institute that I really went to because there are a lot of government institutes in and around Tamil Nadu. So let's say ICAR, Indian
Right.
Center for Agriculture and Research.
Yeah.
Those people, I did gain a lot of knowledge from ICAR, CITRA, South Indian Textile Research Organization, or whatever. So from all of this, it's been a journey for me about 1.5 years now, and we are able to make garments from banana, and I think this is the future, because when you can make the same cotton kind of fabric from banana, I think you can make anything. Even you can make underwears.
Yes.
It just again, it needs a lot of R&D. It needs a lot of time. This process is time taking, but
Yeah.
definitely it's got future. That's what I can say.
So another interesting thing which I can highlight here is like you chose making garments because lot of us would know that making handicrafts, baskets out of of banana was possible. Probably a lot of us would be using it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you choosing something which generally is not spoken of, right? Garments. Garment is hardly any of us would have heard that you can even make garments out of banana. So how did that go? What was the reason that you chose let's make garments out of banana instead of anything else?
See, that's where my background comes in. That because my undergraduation was from NIFT, NIF Bangalore, and I identified. So what we learned from our college and in the industry, because I have hands-on experience in the industry with my father for about 20 years of my life. So I know that also my graduation project, my master's helped me a lot because in my master's, my graduation project was to identify filament from pulp, any pulp. And the kind of friends I had in that circle, we really made we really did a good amount of research on this particular thing. So what we had identified and tracked was that any fiber can be extracted from filament, and cellulosic filament, and everything that has cellulosic fiber can be extracted as filament, right? And what everything that has cellulosic fiber will have pulp. So simply you can extract the same kind of cotton kind of thing with the pulp. That's how the whole thing, worked for me.
Cool. So when did your company start? I'm sure there would be an R&D phase where you would be exploring all these options, and then the final decision of starting a company would have happened. So what was that journey?
We incorporated Kaelir in December 2022. We were in our R&D stage at that moment. So initially, when we launched Kaelir, we launched with rPET, recycled plastic, bottle polyester.
Right.
That's how I started the first collection because that the natural fibers, the banana, aloe vera, and the rose and lotus I'm talking about was in the R&D stage at that moment. Later, I think during September 2023, exactly a year and 2 months old back, we launched the first banana collection. And it really went well. Now, I think 3-4 months back, we had launched another exclusive banana collection. And that is also we're getting good responses. It's just like I already said, this needs a lot of awareness than just trying to sell something. We don't want to do that. We want to educate people on this is possible and this is the future.
Yeah. So as of now, are you making it in-house, or is it again coming from Indonesia, as you mentioned, or is it contract manufacturing? How are you going about
So
making
we
this?
are able to make a very small batch from India
Hmm.
because the supply is very the process, like I said, the supply is it's a lengthier process, and the logistics is not very easy for banana because it has to go to the north, come back here for 1 2 processes. It's not very easy. So we use at least 50% homegrown fabrics.
Hmm.
The other we have to import from either Indonesia or Vietnam, places like that.
So in order to, so one is the sustainability part in the garment and the fashion industry, and other part is sustainability about your business, right? So how do you plan to make it sustainable? Because this itself is a long-term process that you are getting things done from outside. So how do
Yeah.
you plan to make it in-house, and when do you think that can be done?
I think it's going to take at least another 2 years
Okay.
for for us to make everything in house
Hmm.
because we are working with a lot of incubation centers in the south of India
Okay.
who can really get this done for us in the south of India again because of the logistics.
Yeah.
I think yeah, like I said, 2 years
Two
down the
years.
line, to be able to make end-to-end homegrown.
So that would be the real sustainability when you are picking out the resources from your area and then
Absolutely,
making and manufacturing stuff
absolutely.
within your area and then sending it or selling it to people like us, right?
Yeah.
So that would be the real win. So currently you are into banana fabrics and you mentioned some certain
Yeah.
other products as well, right? So how did that come about?
That's the same thing. So once I discovered banana, right, like I told you, I found out the other possibilities as well in the other fibers, like bamboo. Bamboo was widely available.
Yes.
In case, for the fact that banana was a very old, ancient fiber that was used for an alternative to conventional cotton, because banana saris have been evolved, I think, thousands of years back. I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure about the exact
Right.
period, but banana saris have been there for a very long time in the history, and it's just there was a gap in the market. I don't know. I don't really know what is the reason, because banana is more durable than cotton.
Right.
It has got a lot of properties that are highly appreciated than the conventional cotton, than the traditional cotton, because it has antimicrobial properties, and it is much better. Of course, all the natural fibers will have a very lesser or a weaker wet property.
Mhm.
But I think when we work on the R&D again, like I said, 2 years down the line, we'll be able to meet out all the pain points that we have right now.
So currently, whatever you are selling, Gautam, is purely banana, but I mean, you plan to include other elements, other materials in future going
Yeah,
forward. Is that the understanding? Yeah.
correct.
Okay. So are you currently bootstrapped or you have raised investments?
We are not funded. We
Okay.
are only funded from our own pockets. So yeah.
So I mean, are you able to make enough money so that you are able to run the shop?
No, the thing is, we don't make profits from the brand to run the brand.
Hmm.
We just do it from the own, like I said, from our own pockets until we reach a certain stage,
Yeah.
and then I think everything will fall into place.
Makes sense, makes sense. So this is, I think, most of us how, I mean, most of the product business go about. So how can people buy your product? Is it only online or you have offline presence
We,
as well?
we don't have an offline store yet.
Yeah.
We have a head office in Tirupur.
Hmm.
We have displayed our products, but if anybody, who's interested to come all the way to Tirupur, or
Yeah.
who's in and around Tirupur, more than welcome. But otherwise, we are online. We are not on any marketplace yet, but yes, we are online on our own website. I think it's a very easier, checkout process that we have in our website.
So one thing which I constantly hear from people, Gautam, is that sustainable fashion, which is there in the market, is little overpriced than the other kind of fabrics which are. I mean, let's leave the nylon and polyester out, but even the cotton is comparatively a lot cheaper, right? So people, I mean, like it is not getting a mass movement because it is little more expensive.
That's
So how
because
do
of
you see?
the availability of the raw
Yes.
material, right? like I said, the process of converting the raw material to the final product, it involves a lot of costs, a lot of the manpower, the supply chain is crazy because it has to, like I said, it has to go to multiple different places, A, B, C, D, and then comes to you for the final process. If you eliminate and if you substitute for all of this into one particular vertical space, I think it can come down into a very cheap price. But yeah, you're very right because sustainability is supposed to be the most cheapest thing ever, but here it's not true. And we're all, I think, so many brands like us, we're all fighting into the same point that we have to make sustainability accessible, like the luxury can be expensive but not sustainability.
Yeah.
So I think down the line everything will fall into place, but again, patience.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, you also need to reach economies of scale before you can bring down the cost. Case, especially in the banana garments case, when do you see that you can bring your price comparable or competitive to cotton? Like 2 years is something which you think?
That won't take 2 years. I think that will, take maybe a year or so. We can
Okay.
compete with cotton definitely, but of course, it's not going to be as cheap as 399 or 499.
Yeah. So, I mean, also one more thing which I have heard from hemp is like hemp fabric. It is difficult to make T-shirts out of hemp. You can make other products, but making T-shirts out of hemp was difficult. Is a challenge.
Yes.
But you guys started with T-shirts. So, how is that?
Hemp, the thing is, the properties of hemp are very similar to linen. So you don't see linen T-shirts anywhere.
Yeah.
It's because of the property. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because if people are not able to make hemp T-shirts, it's understood. It's understandable because knitting hemp is very, very difficult. The strength is going to be very. I don't know. You lose the tensile strength and all the other properties of hemp when you knit it. It's in oven is possible. In oven, I think a lot of hemp bags. So many brands use hemp bags and all of that.
Yes.
Hemp is possible, but knitting, I'm not sure. Knitting weakens the properties of hemp, or maybe it's not even possible. I don't know. I don't know.
So in your case, I mean, so you guys started with T-shirts. So what was
T-shirts.
that? What was the reason for that? And I mean, are you planning to explore other products, other product categories as well?
Because we know that, like I said, no, banana as a oven product, as a sari, was available years and years back. The only problem was banana being available in knits. So, and I am from Tirupur, right? And this is a knit city. This is how, like for example, how Ludhiana is for sweaters.
Yes.
Tirupur is for t-shirts and bunions and underwears.
Okay.
So I had the advantage of making a t-shirt than a shirt from banana. That's the reason, yes.
So are you planning to get into other product categories like pants or trousers or shirts?
We definitely will as soon as possible.
Yeah. I mean, so like, I mean, other like shirts. I mean, shirt is again something which is used. So I mean, like everybody uses a shirt. So why you have not got into shirts?
We won't be able to compete with the pricing.
Okay.
In case of shirts.
Okay.
As t-shirts also is the same case. Right. But t-shirts I think we'll stand apart from the competitors. Is the reason why t-shirts in banana.
And probably t-shirt is something which is unisex. I mean, both genders can wear it, right?
Also true, yes.
Yeah, makes sense. So final couple of questions, like what was your rationale behind your interesting name? So tell us about it.
So Kaelir is a Tamil word. It's a saying from Yadum Ure Yavarum Kaelir, which basically means kinship, kin. Kaelir means kinship. Kinship is it means everybody is one. It's beyond race, beyond gender, beyond religion, region, whatever you can say. It's just we're all one. That's the whole concept. And the whole point of having Kaelir being named after a clothing brand is because the end goal is sustainability, right? Everybody needs to believe and everybody needs to come into the sustainable bubble is the whole point.
Absolutely, and fits so right. I mean, the planet also, the climate change and the environment doesn't believe in boundaries or doesn't believe in the differences of segregation. It affects one and all, everybody. So, nice name, nice, interesting name. So, my final question is like, tell me your personal connection with nature and environment.
Uh, I don't know. For example, let's say if there is a tap that's leaking water, I cannot take it. I really cannot take it. So I think even yesterday, last night, I was driving by my factory, and it was sort of 1:30 in the night, and I was I had rolled down all the windows because the weather was quite good.
Hmm.
Because right now it's raining in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Weather was really nice, and I had rolled down the windows, and I don't listen to loud music in the night. So I suddenly heard some water leak that's happening. I stopped the car. It was pitch dark, nobody there, and there's a hell of a lot of water going waste. And for me, I have lived in Bangalore for 10 good years of my life.
Right.
And I know how water is very important, especially when you live in a place like Bangalore, Chennai, or even the north. I'm not sure if
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scarcity is in the north, but the south, especially Bangalore and Chennai, is crazy. So I immediately got out of the car, closed that with. I had a waste cloth in my car to wipe my car. I took that, immediately tied. I could do the best of that. I don't know if it stopped, but I really did control the thing. So that's my connection. I cannot see natural resources going waste.
Yeah.
It's the whole point of me getting into banana, because I see how much of banana trees after the harvest is being cut in my belt, in my our surroundings, and they are simply there, decomposes. In my opinion, it's for me it's impossible to digest such things. So that's the connection I say.
Yeah, so each small step counts, right? So I mean, whether it is water, electricity, or food, anything. I mean, if we are making one small step, that itself is a huge thing for for our future generation, for ourselves and our future generation. So thanks a lot, Gautam, for this lovely conversation, and I wish you all the best,
Thank you
and
so
you do wonders with banana.
Thank you so much, Arun. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.